All right, thank you. You're welcome to today. Um, Special business combo opportunity. My name is Midas Falujimo. Um, Maximizing this opportunity is one of the greatest avenue that has helped us in this uh, financial struggle. Okay, like I was saying, let me just quickly reshare with you. Let's look at the overview of the market. We said on Sunday and what's playing out or what has played out, and what we're supposed to be planning and helping on ourselves. Okay. In case you don't know, I need to get you disappointed that after this bull run, we're going to have one of the longest bear season that you can ever imagine. Right? We're going to have one of the longest bear season that we can ever imagine. Okay, remember we talked about the currency. Maybe I just need to let you know, those of us who are trading Forex, that's the currency pairs, we have entered the month where account can be blowing anyhow. Either you like it or not. Watch and see what's going to be happening in the Forex trading and all the like. We're going to be having account blowing anyhow. So either you like it or not, it happens because we have entered to a season where liquidity will be so poor, and so what we'll be having is fake movement and manipulations. And so account can be blown anyhow. Okay. And you have been following us. If you go back to some of the videos, we have been doing a market update. We talked about this was the bottom. After this resistance, and now liquidity was grabbed, and then we have been consistently moving up, and that has affected, of course, not affected, have continued to give a downward direction on Euro USD and all of that. So all of those things we did mention. Okay. And the same vein, these guys have been resisted for a long time here. It had a very nice breakout. And of course, that's how it's going to continue if you are trading currency. So you have a target of 207 region for GBP JPY to continue. And if you have been following us. So these are our own major direction. Also looking at Bitcoin that we've said. So we're looking at Bitcoin for the last leap. We have two major leap for it to break and consolidate on top, which is the $72,000 and $73,600. Once we consolidate it, and that's what we're going to take us to about $79,000. Then eventually, so my first benchmark, which I've been telling us on Bitcoin all this while, had been $90,000. And unless and by any chance we could break to now hit about $110,000 for Bitcoin. Now, but quite unfortunate anyway, when we say all of this, people don't pay attention because we just love to be hyped. And so in reality, preparation meets with readiness. And so then the question we have asked ourselves, what was I supposed to be doing? Of course, some of the coin we have bought, we have always been holding or adding more position to them. And we said, okay, you have issues in trading, maximize robotic. And that's one of the fantastic things we have presented, that you have so many alternative or choice to make with your robotic system. And I think I was sharing with somebody last week to engage his boat on Dodge. Either is a 3 commas boat, either is the U trading boat, and there's a new boat I added that I was actually experimenting. And I told the fellow to put Dodge, that because Dodge will continue to move. And of course, you can see since over last week or so, if you look at what Dodge has done, this over 49 to 50%, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, that's over 49 to 50 or 50 something percent. Let's call it 50 or 54% thereabout. Now, so many don't understand that if you don't pay attention to the long-term perspective of your business, you will miss out of even the short term you are struggling with. So you are looking at Dodge now to go back to 22 cents, probably within this week or next week. And what the boat has been doing, it has been buy and selling and buy and selling, but we're in a long position. Now, I just want to go around this way because the robotic had been very, very effective. And of course, all our meme coins low gem mem tokens have been very, very massive. Okay, so when we told people to pay attention to some of them, yeah, you can have a good boat, but if you don't know the good selection of tokens that you are meant to assemble in your boat, you probably will not even enjoy the boat. Okay, so here you have, the boat. Okay, here you have the coins, and then we can see that continuously Popcat we talk about has continued to be on the rising. And for anyone who was even using boat, that the long position boat, or entering the boat and exit, have been doing a lot of massive stuff. So the same thing on Solana, all right, that we have told us to leverage on and all of that. So now, why do I start from this? Because this is to show you, some of us who are trading, why we need to really actually pay attention to not forcing just noise, but building yourself and then telling yourself the hard truth of what do I need to do. So quite unfortunate, a lot of people are going to miss out of the last leg of this bull because we're in the last lap. After the last lap, then anything can happen. Now, the worst part is that you have missed the first leg, the second leg, the third, and then entering to maybe the fourth leg now, and still missed out. That's going to be very, very bad. Now, what's the good news? The good news is this. I do not know what to do right now. The best you can do probably is to wait maybe for if there's going to be any retracement or any coin of your choice that you are targeting. Probably not Bitcoin. So for anyone who want to buy Bitcoin now must have been just a trader who want to buy Bitcoin, and then to long Bitcoin rather than just buy and holding Bitcoin. Because like today, the best place for anyone to have entered Bitcoin, like today, there's something I used to do. I have a lot of strategy that I use, not only just future traders or so, but as an investor, I have a lot of strategy which I may not take time to explain. For instance, I'm going to go into different things that you're supposed to be using to hedge your activities. For instance, so here is Bitcoin. Then that will have been a major for me today if perhaps I want to enter into Bitcoin, because quite unfortunately for a few days now, I've not really had time to trade because I've been busy running a workshop and come back from Lagos and all of that. So now that will have been the best entry for me for Bitcoin, which I mentioned on Sunday, perhaps. Today is Monday. So here was okay, here was Monday. I talked about it. So that means on Sunday evening when we're having class, we're here. So that means for anyone who was on meeting on Sunday, so Bitcoin was still at about $67,000. I know that 67,000 plus or 67,400 thereabout within those region. And of course, many of you know what I talk about here. So this will have been my other kind of more entry. I'm going to show some of us who are here just a kind of simple strategy of your trading if you want to trade, right? Even if you are using both, okay? So this will have been a very nice entry for me on Bitcoin, another related coin because I haven't gotten Bitcoin. Now, if I go back to a lower time frame, so if I go back to this guy, okay, this is a continuous entry. This will have been a very nice entry for Bitcoin that on that Monday. So that's yesterday. After I talked about Sunday evening, right? This will have been another nice entry. And today is another nice entry that will have been. So as the market continue. Okay. So now what you are waiting for is for the market to break that 71 and break 72,000. Then once we're able to consolidate above 72 and then break the 73,600, then the parabola, of course, we're approaching November. But nevertheless, you have to be very careful because we are going to the end of the month. So we can push up and, of course, break down back to $69,000. But I'm not doing a detailed technical analysis. I'm just showing us that most time when we talk, it looked like, okay, what's this saying? And many come to say, oh, I will have done this, I wanted to buy this, or this is what I want to do, and all of that I will never do because we get carried away by noise. So I'm going to do a lot of experiment for us after this. Now, but the question you ask yourself, what should I be doing? Or what I ought to have been doing? Of course, so many of those coins we mentioned, we ought to have been buying some of them, all right? And of course, if we ought to trade, ought to have been trading some of them. And what we have said is this: opportunity abound. And the worst that will happen now is if you're unable to catch a lot, you shouldn't miss when the market is going to finish the running, that walk on top of the roof. So now, using this very robotic, and I mentioned to us that you have different opportunity that you ought to use as an edge. I'm not a regular trader, so I do not have enough time to stay and be trading. That's the reality. I am not a regular trader and I don't have all the energy all the time. Okay. So those of you who are trading currency, if I have a lot of strategy, if I want to sit down to trade to make a lot of money, that in forex, in synthetics, in crypto, and all of that. So we're entering to a season where after the top of the roof, of course, we're saying that it all depends again the positive outcome of election of US in November for Trump and other coincident factor that can coincide with all of those projections. So, but in whichever way, if it's somehow higgy-haga, then the market will run into a kind of crisis period because of level of uncertainty in the economy that may actually occur. All right. And then, so when we top up the roof by 2025, we're going to have a very long bear season. And that's why we told us, number one, to leverage on buy and, the robotic system that can be helping you to scalp instead to engage by yourself or using so much of your energy to engage. And that will help you to build up a lot of portfolio. Okay, so if you are trading, okay, let me just come over here. Okay, so there was a token I talked about, and I told us that wait for it to pull back. I think I'll quickly need to go there. There are how many coins? So congratulations, those of you who follow up in detail some of those coins. You take profit, you allow the other one to run. And so please be careful. The way you, after taking profit, you still move around to finish the remaining token. Just because you think you need money. It always deny you a better profit over the years. Now, better profit, I mean, when some coins are not mature for you to sell, you sell because you felt that you need money. And so that note, you create a separation. Because if you do not create a separation for yourself, in most of your market, you keep on wasting your digital asset, and eventually some of those coins continue to massively move, and then you will have wasted them when they now get to a very strong maturity level. Okay, so why am I saying all of this? Because some of us are day traders and we missed out of a great momentum of a coin. I think if any coin will not teach most of us lessons, one of the biggest coins that should teach us lessons is this same Popcat. Because if I must be sure, we bought this Popcat December 2020, December 26th last year. That was 2023. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so 2023, and we knew how much percentage it has done. Okay, so that's one of the things we have to pay attention to. I've given us a strategy that when you are investing or you are buying any of those low gem or meme coin, that the best you can do to yourself. Okay, so what was this coin we checked? What was the name? What was the name? Let me check. Sorry. Wolf. Okay, yeah, thank you.
Woofy.
Yeah,
Woofy.
good. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. So we now said this coin, watch it to retrace or break the all-time high. Because the worst thing you can do buying some coins is that the coin has done all-time high before and now creating the momentum. Once you missed out of the breakout of it, you wait, except for any reason you know you are going to be very busy and you wouldn't have time to monitor the trade. But there's so many strategy and so many softwares today that we use in setting alarm. Like me that use both on decentralized platform and have different alarm system, help me, alert me when the market crosses my expected level. So rather than buy and be fainting, okay? So, and we could see that the guy is still, because sometimes people just listen, oh, woofy, and then many people just, let me buy. And the question is, I did mark this. I said, we allow this guy to cross this point, and then I retest it and I buy. Because you missed out of entry here at about when it was 30 something million dollars cap, maybe 36, $37 million cap. And there you go, it came to 120 something million. So that's about 200% plus, if I'm not mistaken. And so all this while now, it has now been, so rather than hitting the all-time high, you could see what has happened. So this is a high, this is a low, and this is a high, and this is a low. So this is more or less within this time frame. This is 1 hour time frame, all right? So this is more or less a kind of bear. So you probably want to wait. So which means if you are waiting, you are looking for within this range. Let me just take that. So you are looking within this range. So this should be my entry point because the market is just, so it's either return back here or wherever it change properly, I will take an entry point here, or when it break above and retest, I'll take an entry here. All this region where it is, if you buy it, you are just giving a trial by error. Number one, you say, okay, whatever happened, because you are trying to say, okay, I don't want to wait for it here, so you can buy it in that. But it means you have to be ready to follow whatever thing the market is doing and all of that. Because the token actually a lot of hype around it. Of course, it has done a lot, massive movement before now. And then but we're looking at if we could flip this, that would be marvelous and great. And it's still having plenty of zeros. Okay. So we have so many kinds, and they will tell us to use both to trade some coins. And either you are an investor or you are a scalper, there's a way both can help you if you know how to assemble yourself, or to arrange yourself in building your portfolio. Okay, so that's one of the things that I will just let us know. Now we talk about the meme coin that people need to know, maximizing different robotic, right? Maximizing different robotic, just like look at this now. These are robots that have been trading. I have business there, all right, doing all of those percentages, 314, 169, 164, if 54, and all of that, doing whatever thing they could do, right? So, but unfortunately, most time we're always in a haste and we are not interested in knowledge. That's one of the things that kill many of us. We're not interested in knowledge. We're not interested in following simple instruction. So following instruction is one of our headache. Okay, so you can see Bitcoin, like I said, waiting for, was it break 73,000 and then 73,600. Okay, and you can see when I've been shouting and talking about Bitcoin, we're going up and all of that. It looks like, what is it talking about? Now, patience is a very big virtue, but patience with understanding create an outstanding kind of result. Some of us can be patient and without taking instructions, and then building an understanding can give you a lot of issues. Okay. Now, so we talked about maximizing different robotic. So on Memco, we have, Trojan boat. We have different boats that we have mentioned, Trojan boat, auto snipe, right? Photon and all of that. I'm sure I've sent some of those videos on our group that you can maximize. The other boat I want to actually do more video on. For the people say to whom it may concern, if I say I'm viewing video for people in private mentorship, no, that means I don't know what I'm talking about. I will have to do another video or a lot of videos for the followers, not the people in private mentorship. Because if I say people in private mentorship, I can attest to say we have about 46 or 47 people on private mentorship. I can say we only have 4 to 7 people who know what they are doing there. That's the truth. 4 to 7 people that know what they are doing there. So those are the people I had to continue feeding because quite unfortunately, what we're looking for, so I think they said if you want to hide anything from a black man, put in a book. So most of those things people are looking for everywhere, they are made available, but how many of us maximize it? Okay? So opportunities abound, and then you maximize setting yourself, making money, and then diversifying the money, okay, into different opportunity. Okay. So grass. So congratulations, those of you who have claimed your grass. My God. I hope my wife will not challenge me this. She wanted to buy grass and say maybe you may dump. She wanted to buy that 80 cents and say maybe you may dump. And there you are now, it's already $1. That's crazy. I'm sure those of you who participated on the validated drop of grass. Oh, no wonder. So okay. So it was our Solana Phantom wallet that we use in claiming it. Oh, I remember. Okay. So now, because why I have to do all of this, many of us were on the forum and then do not know how to maximize things that we have available on the forum. Quite unfortunate anyway. So people come around and what we chase are far off from what will have helped us. Okay? So now somebody will want to ask me, so the grass I got, will I sell it? Well, mine is already stake. But this is the thing, I don't make a rigid law because I don't know what is chasing you. So probably you have some volume. So rather than say, okay, he asked me to stake everything, you can divide into two. So you can divide into two, sell half and stake half. Because I'm sure if you have claimed, you will see they say stake. All right. There are persons that I know I don't need to tell stake because there are so many airdrop we have claimed. If not, I will ask later where the link. We just take them. We don't even know what they are doing. I think one of it was Blast. Mr. Smith, do you remember which one? As we're giving, they were showing us where to stake, we stake, and then I don't think we know what's happening again now. It's just there. So it could just be at any point in time. Then some of us in Solana, upon how Solana was going down, remember, I have to buy more Solana to go and do Imagine and Camino just to lend out. And then even if I'm not getting Accrual, the Solana I will lock there will be a safety net for me and all of that. Okay, so that's one of the things most of us do not understand. Pardon?
And Popcat.
Aha.
And
So,
Popcat.
okay, on radio, right? We did that on radio.
On Camino.
Okay, on Camino. Aha.
Yes, sir.
Aha. So we did all of those things. So it's a logical kind of investing. So most of us do not understand the permutation behind some of the staking we do. It may perhaps not even be because of the accrual we're going to get in that order. No, because we actually want to just hide them and discipline ourselves not to touch it, to say, okay, this is not my money again. Okay. So another example is Wigo Swap. All right. So our own is that when the ecosystem of such platform becomes something great, then we have a lot to make. Okay, so then another thing I quickly want to show, congratulations, those of you who were in Lagos last week. In fact, the promo that was given is still running. And of course, it was supposed to be only for that Saturday. I have to intervene with or the developer and the CEO that this will extend the hand of fellowship for people who probably were not there and of course still want to maximize the opportunity. Now, I will tell you guys one of the secret of staking farming for you One of the major secrets or importance of staking farming is number one, it disciplines us to have those tokens not to be sold prematurely. So number two, it helps us to generate more money to able to buy the dip. Many don't understand. It helps us to generate more money to buy the dip. I've told us we are going to enter one of the longest bear season very soon, and people do not understand. Now, one of the longest bear season, and when it happens, it is going to be very boring, and people will even be angry with themselves to say, "Ah, crypto is not it's not a good place they ought to be," because market can be moving sluggishly and sideways without any positive outcome for several months and even years. And at that point, the little you thought you have gathered, you will even sell it at a loss. And those are the things we encourage people to settle down and diversify into the staking, farming, and all the like. So if you're in Lagos last week, please ensure you are able to do your registration on time, so that you can get access to there's one segment of 1,000 or 10,000 FMC pay token. It's another segment of 20,000 of FMC pay token for the first 20 people who come in. All right. So I don't know. So let me just quickly go. Let's look at the token. Okay, I'm sorry. Just a moment. And lastly, I'll go to some trading strategy that you can use to help yourself build up some kind of momentum. Okay. I love what the Dr. Daniel of those mentioned sometimes. Say if you are a trader, you will never love to buy into what's it called, paying token, because it won't appeal to you, because you are not, there's no more speculation around it. Okay, so let me just open up here. So now for people who come early, they are to be given how many FMC pay token? 20,000 pieces. I think some of them have been given. That's average of $13 free. Then those that I think generally attended will be given 10,000. That's about $6 free. I know many persons probably will not. Then for people who activate new accounts within this period, 100,000 each, that's $67. Now, let me teach us something very important. Then for the person who invited a friend who do $3,000 package of paying investment, it will be giving 50,000 of FMC pay, which is about $33. It's not part of your business reward, just for a kind of incentive or a kind of promotion. Now, I check also my wallet that I was giving some FMC pay, about 200,000 pieces sometime back in 2022. I didn't touch it. It was just there in that wallet. And at the time I was giving, I think it was worth about, was it $8? And here we go now, it's about 135. Now, I've learned my lesson through the paying token itself early, and I told myself, no problem. Some of those tokens, when I'm giving or I buy, I'm not going to touch them unnecessarily. Let them be. I continue doing what I'm doing. So for those of you who do not understand, because I'm sure you have heard us talk about different investment opportunity, or passive income system, for instance, like trading both. Let me just go before I go to the pay-in. It's unfortunate that people are still plan B and felt that it's what's their challenge, but because they do not have big money. I really disagree. I totally disagree. Now, let me use an example. Did you know that this SUI, this is a boat, okay? This SUI, as at last week, it was running, the drawdown it was running on was 38%. No, 43%. 43%. So it's none of my business. And now the drawdown is over, it's on addition of 17%. Telling you that, okay, totally, this boat has run for 11 days, has made $9. On $50, I don't think it's bad to that extent if $9 have been made on $50. Now, this, I'm just want to show us now why this is in profit, but last week was at a 43% negative, right? That's about 20 something dollars negative. It's none of my business. I just let it be. Now, another one that have run on profit so much is on, look at the drawdown now. It's about 18% negative. So some of you, when you start and then you will be fidgeting, it's on 18%, this same pop card. Now, why is it there like that? I will show you. If I show you the position, you see why it's there. It has bought a lot, right? And has not been able to sell, right? So the more is going up now, it's just buy more. And what's going to happen? When it start, at least when it start pulling back, because presently the price is $1.74. So once it start pulling back, you start seeing that the negative you see will not waste time to cancel. So, but if you look at it inwardly, and look at what it has done, so you can see a lot that are still hanging to be sold. Look at them, look at them, look at them, and all of that. So this is a hands-free boat. I'm just showing you, and then that why sometimes we don't pay attention to actually what works. So 19%, so 9 point something dollar, but overall what it has made is $31. So it means for 11 days, almost 12 days, it has made $31. So this floating loss of 9 point something dollar, take it from 31, that means you are still having about $20 plus as net profit. Now, it doesn't matter what it's doing. And I love one of the person who was following the boat. When he sees that the boat has traded and make a lot of money, he terminates and reset again. I didn't teach him how to do that. So, but that's to show you the level of his commitment in learning and making money. Now, in the same vein, look at another boat that is being set, and that boat has not done anything meaningful. See, total profit has made so far $0.02. Okay, I think this one was just a minor kind of, we're just playing and then we're just setting what kind of this thing. Okay, I will check details. The other boat is actually on the mobile boat. Okay, so let me quickly just show you guys another boat I was experimenting. Just a moment. Just a moment. And then we land back. Okay, we land back on the paynet ecosystem and why I shared with somebody the other day and why the way I prioritize those investing. He asked me, why do you say I put more money? Because what I was encouraging the fellow was to think some of the meme coin, he made a lot of money. And I told him, I said, take $10,000. Okay, no, $15,000 to create 5 accounts on paynet ecosystem. So while you are getting some of those money, then you are now buying some of those meme coin or diversifying to. And he told me, no, I have other investment. I want to put in that money and all of that. Only to come back later now, he's telling me story of that same money. Okay, so let me just open up another before I'll come back to the payment ecosystem. Just a moment. So many people now, when we BULLRUN start, I say, we're only waiting for the last lap. So this, what we're having now in BULLRUN is the last lap. So don't get it twisted. When somebody say, when will BULLRUN come? We have been in BULLRUN since 2023, January. Now we're just waiting for the last lap. With me, we are waiting for the last leg of the BULLRUN. Okay, so let me just quickly log into this and show you another boat system. That's the power of diversification. But many of us, especially Nigerian, once things are not hype, we don't look at them as good. Okay, so let's look at it.
Recording in progress.
Okay, so let me just quickly share a page with you here on how I do my own diversification. And I've told you guys I'm a live student when it comes to this space. The beautiful are not yet born. We have seen the good, the bad, the ugly. So the first boat I'm going to show to you is actually you trading, okay, boat. So look at you trading boats, and I was using this for experiment for somebody when I have to use Doge. So I use Doge to be trading. Let me just go back here. Go back here and then go to profit. So only Doge was trading. So yesterday make $5 here. Of how much capital? I think maybe $23. Okay. You make $5, you make $1 today so far, and just making in days, right? Doing it own. That's a boat, right? And I said this on this particular boat that there's an advantage many people have that they can do automated. But of course, they need to buy a bigger UGAS and then to be able to connect and do automated. Of course, that's a spread of diversification. The another boat I was experimenting was this old trading. One of the greatest thing I saw in this one was different settings that I saw there. And so I was only experimenting. You can see PopCat is creating money every corner. See PopCat here again, only this PopCat again. Now, what I saw here, so assuming I want to set up in a trade, okay, so let me even still look for which coin will I check? So, okay, so let me look at, to just show an example of some kind of high innovations. Then the network is bad. A kind of high innovation. So let me, okay, now I don't want to use Sui. I've used Sui too many bots. Okay, so let me just go for Pepe, for instance. So now, see how many bots are here? This CTA, I love this CTA, and I will show you example of what I do with this CTA. There are so many other bots running here, right? Pricing and all of that. I love this CTA. And now let me show you example. Now this CTA, for instance, I do a lot of strategic thing here. You probably wouldn't know. So let me use 15 minutes, right? And then I use this. I do some calculation. You see what I will do here now. This is my calculation. All right. So, but there's something unique I saw, right? There's something unique I saw. Let me go here. 2, 6. Okay. How many zero is this? 5, 0, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I think say you don't even process.
No.
Okay. So our discipline level is coming weaker. So there should be a level of decorum. Okay, so now of this is 2.6 million. Okay, volume in position. I multiply it by yala. Okay, don't worry. 2600 and 3 zeros. Multiply by this. Okay, divide by this. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to increase this one to 5 5 2 0. Okay. Cycle, auto, don't mind me. I've done video and I'm going to do this video for to whom it may concern, not everybody. To whom it may concern on private mentorship. To whom it may concern, not the private mentorship people, but to whom it may concern. Okay. Ultra MACD. Okay, let me just use only this. Okay, so these I use 45. These I use 15. I take this one off and I put this take profit cut loss. So I use 0.5, 0.55. Yeah, so I do this. So I launch. Now, see what's going to happen. These both are just launched now. See what's going to happen. Yeah, it has entered immediately. Now, and it's long. What this boat does is that it's going to be alternating the entry. But the disadvantage, so what is the advantage of this boat now? Advantage of this boat is that it's going to be working by, once I understand the proper setup of the trading indicator, it's going to be working by those signals. So it means it doesn't matter where market is going down, up or down, which is like a grid boat, but this one, I don't need to set a range. And so it will be working with a signal. So if you want to check like what is this signals all about, if I go here now, see if I want to launch, and you see what I used was breakout. And so if I go to that breakout, and so, sorry, if I go to the breakout and go to the question mark of this breakout, what's going on? So this is the breakout. Click on the question mark to give me tutorial. And it will tell you what this does. It gives you all the detail and then, of course, advantage and disadvantages of these. Okay? All of those things that I probably want to understand about what I want to use, it will give all of them to me. So you look at the one Ultra MACD, it will tell us what it is, the component, right? So look at pictorial representation, the normal MACD, you know, and of course, few settings will be done on it. And so, and allow it to run. So I don't need to have headache over it. Okay, you can see it's running now. And then whatever thing is going to do, maybe over time, if I come back, you are going to see now of how it has done or whatever it's doing. Just like what this guy have done. Check the record of PopCard, what it has been doing, taking profit, buy, sell. So this is about just few days now that this is running. Then you can see is to fold my hands and it's doing what it's doing. Okay. Now that's a boat. So we have lots more kind of strategic. Now, so what I'm saying this is that you don't even need to have so much issues, right, about investing. Okay, because we have so much strategic no kind of tool to help for investing. Okay, so let me now quickly return back to this before I will show you some of you know I'm trading, what should I do? So if I go back to let me go back to Paynet ecosystem, and I told you, right? So let me go back to show this one. Okay, this guy is still on 18% negative. Popcat. Now, okay, so what was on 18% negative just now is now back to 14% negative. That's how you're going to see eventually will return back to all positive. Okay, so now we said about payment ecosystem. So let me quickly do something that I have not done before, because some of you who activate your account, there are things you do not understand. So this is payment ecosystem, for instance. We look at this account. It's an account of just maybe $100 and $3,000. Okay, so this is $3,000 account. So far, what it has withdrawn, because maybe it's active in maybe affiliate and all the like, it's about $2,000. Now, so the summary of it is this: why do we recommend people to buy a package of $3,000 instead of $100, instead of $500? But the truth is, if you cannot afford it, why not? But the lowest I can encourage is $1,000. But what if people who do not have it? If not, $3,000. So I already know that with $3,000, 9% of $3,000 is $270 every month. Okay. I have an account that have expired and I renew it again. All right. Because why? From the $270 monthly, I've accumulated and I have bought some token. When they moon, I convert the profit and return it back to the base where the money comes from. And that's how I'm adding more accounts on a regular basis. Why? Because those things are going to even help me greatly when we enter into the bear season. So I'll have constant flow of income where I can be taking out USDT to buy any other coin. Because take note, once we enter, even when the bull run, top of the roof of this bull run is next year, 2025, either bear season or bull season, when we enter festive period, for forex, it's like no-go area. What we'll be doing is struggling because liquidity will be void in the market. In crypto, what moves are some of those meme coin, low gems, and all of that. So with that, if you have a constant place of steady USDT generating platform, then you can always buy any of those tokens, and then any of them can surprise you. Many of you will record that we bought Popcat last year, December 26, 2023, and that was the festive period. And most people don't pay attention to the market that time. So it's only we that understand the meme coin, low gem crypto, I will be able to be buying into. So no, summary of this guy, what you are investing is $3,000. If I go into the anatomy of this thing, I'm sure many of us will not sleep because, of course, the first thing you will tell yourself is that many people in Plan B register with this platform but never activated. I think the only man that if I'm dying, he died with me. If I resurrect, he resurrect with me, which is Mr. Simplicity, is the only human being that look at it. Okay, Sebi have shook his head. Me too, I follow. And I think it was a good die we die inside the system. Because even though we wasted them and the timing and opportunity, I think among many projects, this project and We Go Swap and a few other ones that we didn't even take so much seriously were the ones that have really proved themselves to have withstood the rigor. God, for you to have been a project for more than 2 years, and the project we stand 3 years plus right now, and still unveiling new things they want to be doing because not hiding it. It was itemized like online booking engine, which is an example here. You can see higher up, Trip, like hotel reservation platform, all right? And so many other things that they made, all right? So many things. Like, in fact, new platform was chatting platform, okay? Chatting platform. And again, coin news, that's coin market news, all right, that we can read a lot of things. So now let's quickly look at how this investment returns. And of course, and I always tell us that what to make is not what matter, what to do, what to make is what matter. So 9%, $270. So I was like, if I had been adding more account to my account since last year, I would have had nothing less than 30 account. Because I know someone who has 63 account, meaning $3,000 multiplied by 63. So if one account is gotten, or you're able to make up to at least minimum of 5, which is $15,000. So what it means is $270 monthly multiplied by 5. So you know how much it is. If it's 5, if it's 3, you have, and all of this. So $3,000 making, please, Okori, stop playing with our screen, please. Okay, so making $3,270 every month. And what we now say we were doing was simple. Because if you look at little fraction of this volume that is here now, it was converted when the price of this thing was 45 cents. And so if it's 45 cents at that time, now 595 multiply it by the prevailing price of 51 cents, you know how much that will be. Okay, so now 300 every day is around $9 or thereabout, while in a month will be $270 if you do $3,000. If you do $1,000, that will be 7%, which is about $70 every month. It's not a bad deal. You are taking out the money and to re-engage it to other places, or even when you have some home front issues, if you have one or two or three accounts, even if it's $1,000, okay, at least if it's $1,000, you probably want to go in for 3,000. So you can see the advantage. Because if it's if it's $1,000 each in three places, will still be 70 times 3. But if it's 3,000 in a bulk, it's going to be in one place, and which is going to be $270 in a month. Now, how do I buy into the package? I click here and I select purchase, and it's going to pop up and give you the wallet address that you copy, and then you move direct and check the volume of the pay-in you are going to use. So remember, you need to have what we call FMC Pay exchange. And once that is gotten, you fund it with USDT, which you come to wallet. And then once you fund it with USDT, you are converting the USD, that is trading it to penny coin. Then when you have the penny coin, you are withdrawing the penny coin like this, and paste the wallet address and paste the volume of the paying. Then you click on withdraw. Once that is done, you have the account activated. And that's all what you need to do. Now, every time you want to make a withdrawal, the same process, click on the staking. And of course, you see withdraw. For instance, if I want to withdraw, there's about $17 there now. If I click withdraw, and that's going to be bonus 17.5. So I just type 17, for instance. I'm not charged for this conversion. It is when I'm withdrawing away from this back office that is going to go through a charge. Now take note, every 120 pay-in token they charge you is born out of circulation. You hear me right? It's born out of circulation. And so you can see I will run that now. So if I want to take it to FMC Pay, in order to convert it to USDT, I can do that. And that means I'm going to click on deposit. All right. That means I'm going to click on deposit, and then I'm depositing the pay-in token, which means I click here and I click deposit. Then you can see how I've deposited maybe some history, some deposited volume of pay-in token that have been deposited here and all of that. In the same vein, I want to withdraw USDT that must have been converted. It's still the same way. I click on withdraw, and then on the withdraw, I paste the wallet. I use PEP20 to withdraw my USDT. You can see some not long, more recent withdrawal I did here, $180, $360, 1,720 in that order that were withdrawn from this FMC Pay. Now, some things to come on board the next later year is where you can be able to trade stock on this platform. But a very quick one for those of us who have activated the account, please take note. When you activate your account and you want to reach out to friends to sign up, please, first thing you do, if you know that you are not going to be checking or monitoring the people you invited, it's better you put it on auto. Look at it here and put it on auto. If you put it on auto, and then you need to click refresh. Okay, that's to give your link out. If I'm giving my link out, you can place where the person is supposed to be. If I click on left and refresh it, if I copy my link and send out to anybody, When they register, they are going to be at my left team, continue to spill over because it's a binary system. So if I put it on right and click refresh, if you just put it on right without refreshing, it will not work. Then after I refresh, I copy the link and then allow those people that are coming in with my link to go to my right-hand side. And that's one of the things I say I have to let us know on how to activate, our account on Paynet ecosystem. And take notes, the promo that is going on, that if you activate $3,000 package, you have 100,000 bonus of FMC token to be given to you. And then if that is given to you too, then you have access to the person who invited you have a 50,000 FMC token. Of course, that will end by the 4th of November this year. All right. But for those of you who are in Lagos, of course, you should see the information posted on our group. Okay, so that should serve you more than enough. So quickly, let me go into the trading activities. Okay, so grass is still pumping. I hope my wife will forgive me when because say he wants to buy. I was not giving a positive, and then it's now 1.9. That's crazy. Okay, so let me just share our page with us. You can see grass now is 1.09. I know somebody who got how many thousand of grass? Let me check. I know somebody who called me and was thanking me. Boss, thank you. This is the volume of grass I got. Yeah, because I do not have enough time to even do any important thing, but I'm sure he was just farming the grass. I'm not saying you should now leave important thing and chasing, but I think I'm selective on the type of airdrop I actually. Okay, does this one? I want to check. Is it? Sorry, the fellow sent me. Come in. It's the grass the person sent to me. Grass, 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 grass. Okay. Aha. The fellow got 9,994.27 or 0.08 grass. So let's look at the person worth now. That's what he sent to me. So 9,944.08. 9,944.08. So that means it's seated on $10,839. I'm sure if he's smart now, even if he's too positioned for Paynet ecosystem, he will just, if we monitor the movement of grass, he can just create that and know that, okay, God has helped him, settle him from one side of this stuff. Okay, so let's quickly look at the market. Those of you who are trading, I've always been saying this time without number. Don't jump around, right? People who just hype for nothing. All you need to do is to settle down first and learn how to be in charge of your business by yourself. All right. I'm not the type that have enough time to trade, but I always tell people if I have time to trade, I know what to do. Okay. So very quickly, I will just show you one or two things that can help you to position yourself in your trading. Okay. if you are in our ecosystem, you remember we always encourage people to learn. Knowledge is very important. Not knowledge for story, right? But knowledge for action. So you heard us talk about top-down analysis and all the like and all this. If you look at this is trading view. This place that Bitcoin is down, this is like weekly key level. You can see when we're talking about let it cross 72,000 and 73,000, then we are going to be massively pumping, just like what happened here. This is a daily key level. This is a weekly key level. So we said we are waiting for this guy to do this, to do that, and all of that. Now, when you are trading, I can always recommend maybe two major things for especially those of you who are day traders. You are a day trader or scalper, you want to be buying low, sell high, and all of that. I always say, okay, use either 15 minutes or 5 minutes. If you know you have the energy, okay? 15 minutes or 5 minutes. So let's say this is 5 minutes for Bitcoin. Okay, so if it's future trading you want to trade, in order to save yourself from unnecessary stress, okay, look at 5 minutes. Look at what I will show to you now. Very simple, right? I'm going to show you something. So when you want to be trading that for scalping or whatever, so let me take another coin that I know is not too expensive. Okay, let me take like Doge. All right. This is Doge. So when you are trading, good, this makes sense. When you are trading, there's something I do normally. You want to catch some small move, maybe using your 15 minutes. So, of course, there are indicators that can help you to support your bias. So when the market is moving, we call something key levels. This is 5 minutes though, don't get it wrong. So here is expected to be a key level. Why? Because this is a point market have take about 1, 2, 3 kind of support. So that means even when this market was crashing down here, you're expecting it. If it come down here, it shouldn't break, but should bounce. But will I just say it should bounce? No. You are waiting to see the reaction of the market there. This is the simple way I trade sometimes when I don't want to give myself unnecessary stress. When the market come from here, this is Dodge, and was moving, either you are already in or you are out. First you do, as the market move to a particular direction and stop to have a kind of pass, a pullback, you want to mark this way. So let me just mark it. I'm not going to go to details. So I mark it this way. Let me increase this so that you can see it properly. So what do you mark this point to be? I say I trade support and resistance, but nevertheless, now you mark this place to be a resistance when the market was going. So am I going to short from here? No. You are waiting for the next reaction of the market. And what's the reaction of the market? Just like here was a resistance, okay? Here was a resistance, the market moved. Even here was a resistance, all right? Here, as the market moved, this 1, 2, 3, yes, it's enough to become a kind of swing. Then you put a mark here. That is if you are disciplined enough to follow your business. So when I put a mark here, listen to me now. When I put a mark here, this is a mark, all right? Now, this is another mark. Just pay attention. I'm not going to go into detail of how I do it as a zone, but I just mark it this way. Now, this is a mark. Market is moving this way. Now, this mark you mark as a tentative resistance. Here, a tentative support. Here, it is this support. As the market move up here and retrace, here is already a support. Here is a resistance. As the market return back here, you are waiting. Now, what next do I expect? I expect 3 things to happen to a resistance level or support level. Number 1, I expect the market to run into this point and crosses this and create what we call a fake out, which what SMC trader call liquidity grab. That is sweep liquidity. That's number 1. So if that is the case, you are looking at, if the market running here is either is going to sweep liquidity, number one. Number two, the market could come over here and reject the previous, making this place a strong resistance, right? And reject this. So once you reject this point, you are expecting the market to crash down, right? That is number two. So that means if I'm now going to enter when you reject here, I'm now shorting the market, for instance, like this, right? So when you come here and reject, so let's say I short the market, my stop loss is going to be over here, and then my take profit will be towards the previous low, which is here, right? Which is here. That's already 2.5 something risk reward ratio, right? That's about 2.5 risk reward ratio. So you have already said, okay, this market stop loss is here and all of that. Third thing that you expect to happen, one is it grab the liquidity. Two is it sharply reject. That will now create a double top from that point. Three is fail to get to that point and it become a weak high. It become a weak high. So now this one was a swing high. Now this one coming, instead of getting to this point, it become a sign of weakness. That means it's going to, so three things. Number one, drop the liquidity, that's to sweep higher than the previous one and return back to the range. Two is hitting the stop loss, hitting the resistance and breakdown, or not getting to that point. So this was liquidity was grabbed. Then you can now begin to do all the physics of liquidity and all the like. But in other words, you have been able to find and establish reason for entry. Then the market crashed down. You have taken profit. Now the market got there. You're already waiting that the market will bounce. Unfortunately, the market bounced. This is bullish engulfing candle. Now the market continued to run. Probably you have entered here. Your stop loss is below here. Now this is the point. The market continued to go. When it got here, you have marked this because your stop loss is here. You have marked this point as a potential point of return again. But fortunately, what happened? The market retraced down and broke out immediately, which means it's higher than this. You are now away from here. The next you are marking is this. Now, I mark this as a zone. In my own case, I have marked it this way. This is how I mark mine. I will mark top of the wick of that candle and the body of that same candle as my range. Can you see now? So with that, the market, you have left this guy alone. So your profits had been given to you because maybe you're 1:2. Now at this point, the market move up this way and you have marked the high. The market return back and begin to range. And all of a sudden, just broke out. Now, if you go by line chart, you are going to see that this become like a double top. Let's check it. Can you see now? So now the market has come here and like a sweep liquidity. But in the other way, because you have marked this in two ways, having seen the wick of the candle, you know that this market was already sell. Now let's go back to the candle. Okay, so now what happened? Grab it and then the market return to the region below this. Now this is already a sell. Now selling it at this point, meaning after this close of this is an engulfing candle. And what type of engulfing candle is this? A bearish engulfing candle. How do you know? The close of this candle is lower than the open, so meaning that this is longer than this. So at the end of the day, you have sold down. Now listen, this is where it gets complicated. This is a strong swing low, or this is strong swing. Now, why? This is strong because it was able to break the structure here. This is a break of structure. Those of you who trade SMC, it has already been break this structure. This is a strong one. So what we're expecting is If you short from here, that means you are looking for, remember this is a lower time frame. You are looking for small move, not a big move. So your take profit is going to be to this point, which is already 1:2 already. Now, and it has actually gotten there. If you look at it now, it's like it has grabbed this liquidity and immediately returned back to this point. Are we going to have a continuation? So you have make your profit and you are waiting. Two things you are expecting is that it's either this guy return back down here and create a buy, or it has already grabbed this liquidity and to break this. So what is going to happen to you? You are waiting until this market flip this high and consolidate, that is break and retest to continue go up. You are not buying. Until that happens is when you are buying. Now, this what I've just shown to you is simple support and resistance strategy, all right, to trade or scalp or day trade as it were. All right. I do more detail of that for inner traders and all of that you can always look at finding a position. Additional thing you probably could add is maybe the MACD, and then so I do a lot of videos separately. So, but for the purpose of this, just to show you, you can see that the market now. Another thing you need to learn is that this is a doji, right? Look at this doji. How many minutes remaining? About 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes remaining for this candle to close. This is a doji, all right? If this candle that is creating now, if this candle become bullish or close bullish above this doji, then the market will continue going up. But if it close bearish, right, just like what it's doing now, then you still expect the moving down of this market. So for you to come and jump into this market at this point, it's a waste of time, and then you are actually gambling your market. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure, okay, let's go and check our pop card. Let's go and check our pop card, for instance, that were at a much loss before here. Let's see what we are floating loss of 19% before, which about $9 plus, and later reduced to 14%. So let's see where it is now. Okay, this is lovely. Let me just share with you guys, and you are going to see that percentage that we had lost previously, now that was 19% before, later was at 14%. Now let's check how many percentage. Look at the drawdown now, 7%, 7.63%. What was $9 before is now $3.82. That's why we don't pay attention to emotion, all right? If you know really what you are doing, okay? Now this one was 15, 16, 17%. It's now 18%. This one was actually not doing well, okay? All right? So those are the things. And where you have a drawdown, many people don't want to see red. You don't want to see red, but you want to make money. Now, I always say that the bear market is not your enemy, neither is the bull run your friend. So most time we get complacency setting when people okay, you can see that we have added profit, right? $32 when 31 before, so it's $32. So let's check, you check the history, you see a particular trade close here. All right, this one has not closed, 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 this one has not closed. By the time all of them close, you'll be surprised of the profit you will be. You can see now, before we didn't have this, now we are coming down. So as we are going up and down, it will be generating profit. Okay, so this is a boat that is doing on its own. So imagine a boat of 12 days have made $30 out of $50 and having a floating loss of $4 and all of that. At the end of the day, maybe in 30 days, it's just that I didn't even have time to monitor the boat sometime, because you can close reset and all of that. By now, you ought to have flipped the account. Okay, now it's 6.8. It's 6.8% which is about $3 and all of that. So this is, when I look at people who don't want to actually see any kind of tumble, and then we want to make a lot of money. It's not done. The financial market, it goes up, it comes down, you can record some losses, and then you can record some meaningful profit. And that's why you learn basics to take advantage of opportunity. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure for those of you who are coming for the first time, and these are Plan B's special business combo, it should be a very lovely thing for you, because I've said I was going to be doing a lot of video review, video training review on the robotic system, both for the normal exchange platform, then API system, and at the same time, the low-gem Telegram robotic system. Like the Telegram robotic system, as I was going to be doing for to whom it may concern, is more of analysis Telegram bot, copy trading Telegram bot, and at the same time, automated trading Telegram bot. So you have no excuse whatsoever, right? In so many things. I have some that I use, but it's expensive and cannot be for everybody, that I use for stock, both local and international stocks. Now, things are more, decentralized, where people can make heck of money without too much troubling themselves, right? So you don't need to, just like I said, your learning is not for just knowledge, but your learning is for action. Okay, guys, let me just show you the Doge I just showed us now, that the price was going this way. Let me just go back to this. Let's see what's it called? Grass. Okay, grass is still at $1. So imagine for somebody who did, and now I was the one that told you to go ahead in doing the grass airdrop, and he's having 9,000 plus. I'm not sure I have up to that. It's just few hundreds of this, so that means it's even less than $1,000. So, and this fellow is having about $10,000 right now. One thing we must understand is that different business bless different people. That's one of the biggest things we should understand, and we shouldn't kill ourselves when what you are looking for, you didn't get it immediately. Giving up is never an option, right? Because a lot of people met me, I don't know what's going on, I lost my money, this and that. You won't recover from what you lost if you run away. That's the truth. And that's why the place of mentorship, proper training and orientation, very, very important. Cannot be overemphasized. If you underrate that aspect, I'm sorry, you will not even like yourself, because you will be gambling. And so in stock, I remember I showed us this stock many years or last year, and I was still doing review on it. This is an international stock, PayPal. Now I bought PayPal at 53 or 55 to $56. Now look at it right now, and I'm being paid dividend, okay? And I can still tell you that PayPal is still going to go up, okay? Yeah, it's still going to go up. I've bought PayPal. Then I told some persons. Now look at PayPal, it's $83 per shares. $83 per share. So what are you talking about? $83 per shares, guys. And that was a PayPal I bought at $56. Okay. I didn't hide it. It was not even for inner people, because I felt that anyone can buy. Okay. $53 was when I bought it, maybe about how many months ago. You can see what it has done. So there's no excuse whatsoever. Even knew that I bought back at $3, $3.75 or $3.85. Yeah, it was crashing. All right. So I'm sure right now should be about $5 plus or more. So that means the one I bought at $3, because remember I bought some at $10 again and some at $11. So new now it's about 5 point something dollars, getting almost to $6 as it were. I told some people to buy Wima Bank. Wima Bank went to $5, 5 naira, not dollar, sorry. And then it should be about 7 naira now, or going to 8 naira. Let me check. So we have a lot of financial instrument. Okay, that's 7.95. So almost 8 naira per shares. So imagine what you bought at 5 naira per share. It's almost adding 3 naira additional to your shares. Those of you who are asked to buy Fidelity, Fidelity were bought at 9 point something dollars. So I'm sure Fidelity went to 17 naira. I think right now it should be about 14 naira thereabout. So at 9 naira, even if you are in a deep distress, you can offload it. Thank God it's not a landed property. All right, it's not a land. It's a liquid property that is convertible anytime, or at least 5 days to 4 p.m. every day that you can put. Okay, so guys, I think that's just the basic today. If you are still revolving around, opportunity abound that you can take advantage of and share with your friends, and let's maximize the opportunity. Okay, any question? If you have any question. And I did ask how many of us were able to receive, exactly those of you who use cheaper cash. I don't know. I've not got any but personal response from anyone anyway. Maybe we didn't get, or something is wrong and all of that. Because I know a few other persons whom I asked to do, some of them got their payment, and there's some persons I did for, I got their payment. Okay, so if you have any issues, please, it's important you let me know, because that's, I know some of you who use a local bank account, it may come, but it may take time because like transborder wiring. So those of you who have cheaper cars, remember that the account was for, it's a US based account. And so that give you an instant access or instant delivery. So that means yours could come faster than anybody or people who use internal, maybe Nigerian domiciliary account. All right. So thank you very much. If you have, so go and practice and learn more, and let us maximize this opportunity. Do have a nice time. Enjoy yourself. Bye-bye.